Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got something nice for you today. All right, let's get this party started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message, message and story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. Hope they're working out for you. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, and that's what I'm on, is to get all right thinkers to do just that. Know thyself. That's it. Nothing more. But I got information that will make that possible. Today's going to be a good lesson for that also. So let's get this thing going. Know thyself. I asked the question, do you know you? If not, it's rhetorical. But if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not, it knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not, and knows that they know not. It's simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my yacht, be true. I read the book from cover to cover. And this is what we're going to read today. The back of this cover, She Taught Letter, the Egyptian Mysteries. It's all about mastering the Egyptian mystery concepts and the teachings. That's how you know thyself, and that's how you become master of yourself for yourself. Let's talk about it right quick. Right thinkers, let's talk about mastering or how to master the Egyptian mysteries and the secret teachings. My job is to get you to do just that. Hence, know thyself, okay? But this book, it ain't just got good contents on the inside. I always go to the back of the book because it's going to be a breakdown what the book is about. So, yeah, so I'm just giving you one breakdown of this one. She taught now. This is a good one here. What are the mysteries? That's the question. Okay, let's answer that question. For thousands of years, the spiritual tradition of ancient Egypt, she taught Netta, the Egyptian mysteries. They called it the Egyptian mystery system because the outsiders, when they came in and invaded us, we didn't tell them what we were doing. So to them, it was always a mystery. It was a system that we followed. So hence the Egyptian mystery system. We just cut the system off and called it Egyptian mysteries. Okay. But now you got the secret teachings, and it was kept secret for a reason. Okay. And have fascinated and tantalized and amazed the world over. At one point in time, exalted and was recognized as what? The highest culture of the world by Africans, Europeans, Asiatics, Hindus, Buddhists, and all other cultures of the ancient world. We was number one. When the world was in a good place, prosperous place, the Egyptians was number one. Right now, the spiritual concept is Christianity. We got more Christian running society right now, and society's going to hell in a handbasket. So being number one right now might not be so braggable. So this, if you break down concept, what's this now? In the time it was, at that time, it was shunned by who? The emerging Orthodox world religion. You know who that is? The Roman Catholics, the Catholicism. Okay, this is what the book that y'all been studying, because 2,500 years ago, okay, Y'all came into existence with y'all concepts. Watch this. And its temples desecrated. Y'all desecrated the temples. Its philosophy maligned. Its tradition spawned. But guess what? The teachings of the mysteries still survive. I got a lesson coming up for that. George broke it down real good. Funk upon a time, in the days of the Funkopus, a concept of specially designed Afronauts, which is, I consider, knowledge of self, was first laid on man-child, but was later repossessed. Why? Man, like any of them, misused and abused it, so it was repossessed and placed among the secrets in the pyramids until when a more positive attitude toward that most sacred phenomenon, knowledge of self, can be acquired. I'll stop right there. We get back to the lesson, sorry, but I've been putting that together, so I'm just practicing. It's coming. All right, where you go? But the idea, the mysteries survive. Pieces of it carried on, unaware, watch this, in ritual by African religions, such as there's a tribe called the Yoruba and the Dogons. And in India, they called it yoga. The Buddhists called it dharma. Its symbols and traditions co-opted by who? Western religions. Its philosophies lay dormant in the mystical Medjugorje. The pyramids, the writing on the wall. I'm just trying to show you. I got a few ideas that I'm trying to put together. It all works in connecting the dots, so to speak. I like to connect dots. Okay, but the mystical Medjugorje, which y'all know as the hieroglyphic text, which held what? The secret, symbolic meaning that has what? Scarcely been discerned up until now. It's getting good. Now, if you're reading this, it's because you want to promote what? Your nihas, which is spiritual awakening and emancipation, aka resurrection of the self, aka knowledge of self. Reach the supreme concept of knowing thyself. And when you do that, when it happened to me, all I want to do now, get it to somebody else, help somebody else reach that same level. My job is to get you to God by hook or crook. Why? Because once you have your own God experience, my job is done. Okay? And you're on your own, so to speak. Why? You got what you need, knowledge of self. But watch this. More than just a literal translation, this volume with a whole bunch of information of enlightenment, how do you get better, prove yourself. This volume is what? From the awakening to the secret code, Shitatu, of the teachings, which was not deciphered by the Egyptologists, aka the white invaders, nor could be understood by who? Ordinary spiritualists. Unlike any other, this book is based on, listen, the original scriptures left by our ancients and the original mystical philosophy. That's what I've been learning for the last 35 years. I've mastered the concept. Trust me, I put it to use. I've stripped it, put it back. I know that. I just call it right thinking philosophy. But this is what I got it from, and this is what it is. Watch this. Now, not based on, listen, theories, speculation, or wishful thinking. Hell no. It's based on what? This is a reinstatement of our original science. Science made available for our modern times. I'm telling you, I took that concept, dressed it up, polished it off, modernized it where it's digestible now. That's what I'm trying to get my point across. If I'm doing this, I've been doing some work in the book. Why? Because this is at the back of the book. So watch this. Now to the reincarnation, watch this. The original science, which is made available for our times, which I'm doing now, I'm breaking it down for you so you can simplify it so you can understand it. To what? To the reincarnated followers of who? Ancient Egyptian culture and what? The prospect of spiritual freedom to do what? To break the bonds of what? Ignorance. Hello, Kum, Khemen. It means ignorance and mental slavery to the who? Negative, aka evil forces. Sa, that's spelled S triple A, A is just understanding. The other A means evil doing, evil forces, not good people. And that's what position we're in right now. But watch this. This is an introduction to the mystical plan of life, the spiritual life, the origins of the universe that breaks down the mysteries of creation and the subtle planes of existence. Like I told you before, the noon, the tie, the meduak, the pet, the tie. All this is different realms of concept, but you've been learning this from this book. And watch this. And to tell you, and the parts of what? The personality. That's what I'm trying to get you to master. That what? The transverse and then transcend them into indicate how to realize what? The highest self mastery and what? How to find that path that leads to Akhu, AKHU, which means enlightenment, a supreme or to reach supreme peace. HTP is Ptah spelled backwards with the vowels. Hotep and Ptah is synonymous with supreme peace and spiritual awakening. Okay, watch this. This book, this volume, lays out the path of what? Shidi. You've been hearing me talk about it the whole time. That's what this is telling you. It means profound study of the mysteries. I've been in this book for a long time. Why? To extract the information that I give to you that you can use so they can benefit thereby. That's my purpose of teaching. And watch this. To the path of Shidi, which is studying the metaphysical what? Disciplines. Again, self and spiritual discipline starts with you. And that causes one to what? Expand what? In consciousness, knowledge, opening up the way to becoming Shims. SHMS, followers of the Netarian philosophical concepts, aka right thinkers, a true follower of the mysteries of our ancestors, for those who are ready to what? Tread the path of Rick Ab. That means self knowledge, the highest consciousness, and to reach and Minet, which means immortality. Once you realize the essence of who you are is of God, you reach the state of immortality because you know that when this body is over, you're good for the rest of your days, aka immortality. Now I'm going to the book and take you to I got 3 chapters to read right quick, but it's all about understanding and gaining mastery of the philosophical principles that the book is teaching you. I'm giving you what is meant to be understood as learning from authentic preceptor, sage, guru, whatever it is. So right here it says, so therefore, the teacher, guru, sage, priest, etc., who is what? Close to God, meaning spiritually enlightened person. When you are spiritual enlightened, you are closer to God. And they understand that from a spiritual aspect. You're in the physical body, but you and God become one. I hope you understand it. That's the whole point, to get you to understand that. So, as it were, is seen as what? You're greater than God. Why? Because he or she, again, they don't discriminate. A teacher of spiritual concepts, it ain't just a man thing. A woman can teach just as well as a man. Understand that. So you always hear me say he or she can what? Lead the aspirant towards who? God. My job is to do just that. Knowing who and where God is and how God is to be discovered. That's important. Some of us ain't got a clue where God at, how to get to him, how to serve him. They just let somebody tell them, they just wing it. Let's teach them how and who and what. Understand that if you do right things, you do the good things, not the bad things, you will be rewarded from a higher power. And And your child, your teacher, your parent, you will reward you for good stuff. Y'all reward the kids even they do bad. That's crazy to me. That don't make no sense. Oh, I'm gonna take away your play. Man, it's moving on. That's what I'm saying. Teaching to who God is to every individual is my point and my goal. Otherwise, watch this. Otherwise, it would be a very difficult and long, and hear this word, arduous. That means not easy. And a lot of times we reincarnate because this arduous road of becoming spiritually enlightened, a lot of people won't take it. So it's an arduous process for who? You, the aspirant, aka right thinker, to what? Realize the truth. Some of us don't want the truth. Why? We can't handle it. Why? Because we believe a lie. The truth shouldn't scare you. Okay, the truth shouldn't be. Why? You should be open and objective and be having discernment to recognize the truth when you hear it. It's what the lies you should be aware of. Sorry about that. But watch this. Without the guidance and understanding and teachings, it would take what? Listen, millions of incarnations. I told you our spirit has been here. It's not new. Why? Because it's been in other physical bodies that didn't get it to go home. It's still buying its time to go home. Know thyself is what gets the spirit home. According to right thing of philosophy, the way to get home is to know thyself. Wake up and become conscious of who you are. Heart, mind, coherence, working as one. And watch this. You take over millions of incarnations. That's a long time to be dumb. Wherein, watch this, you have untold sufferings. The Bible tells you about it, my Egyptian books. We have been going through this a long time. Understand that. But for those who get out of the matrix, go home. And it, watch this, sufferings that would occur in the process of what? Gaining your God experience, which will what? Teach you the proper way how to discover yourself. I want to drop the mic, but no, I got a whole bunch of more stuff going. It's just starting to get good. Why? Because without guidance, without somebody helping you, it's like you said, millions of incarnations before you don't figure it out. You learn it. Somebody give it to you. That's why he put those there. I'm giving it to you. Your journey through this volume will what? I will impart one of the most important points about true spirituality. Living it, learning it, professing it, and that's how you live it. What's this? Namely, that you are transcendental, which means what? You're immortal and eternal. And as such, you are what? Endowed with all the qualities necessary to what? To achieve whatever the mind can conceive to the highest level of spiritual realizations, regardless of what your background or your country of origin. I mean, every human being had the same opportunity, the same right. We know some people is in poverty, but you still had the same concept that you can follow and prosper and be spiritual. You can be a slave and still be spiritual. Okay, you can be whatever and still be spiritual. It's how you live. Now, another important point is to try to what? Listen, become your best possible what? Disciple. That student. I graduated with honors. Why? Because I gave my best effort. I didn't shortchange. I didn't cut corners. I did everything to the letter of the law. Follow every instruction the way they put it out. And guess what? Made it. Best disciple. And what happens then? You can, while still, watch this, performing your everyday duties of life, and still prosper and live their spiritual concepts on a day-to-day basis. That's right there in philosophy. That's my point. And watch this. You do not engage in what? Fancies about spirituality, okay? Or the extremes either. Our fellowship with Christians. I got a brother-in-law who's a Muslim. I got a college buddy who's a Jew. We get along just fine. So I don't have a problem with nobody, belief system or religious concepts. That will, watch this. If you did, that wouldn't disrupt what? The real spiritual movement. I don't show prejudice. I don't show just I don't judge and none of that nonsense toward nobody, what they do other than what I'm into. But once you honestly set in motion what? The mystical process of what? Your own spiritual aspiration, meaning you doing it for yourself first and foremost. I don't try to twist nobody on to become a right thinker. At one time I was rooting, man, come on, don't care. I know what I'm doing now. I have a thing going. I just do what I do for you. Let's go. You will what? One day encounter what? A more advanced personality. That means somebody more smart than you. I got people I look up to. Why? Because they are doing what I aspire to do at a whole nother level. So yeah, I admire them. I respect them. Okay. But when you reach a personality from which whom, watch this, from which whom you can what? Learn. I learn from them. They become my teachers. Okay. I learn and progress further in what? Your understanding. In every country, I guarantee you there exists what? A more advanced personality. Wherever you go. Who can what? Lead you further along your path of what? Self-discovery from a different perspective. Everybody has one. Watch this. And this is why I respect, listen, and understand. Have you known anyone who is able to what? Control their emotions. That person you're gonna what? Admire. And have you known anyone who have lived through bad situations as the less or loved one in a serious illness and has moved forward with compassion? With composure. Somebody who's going through things. Some people they just everything is in the world. Some people maintain their integrity, their dignity, and they go through whatever life's ups and downs brings to them. Pastor, no matter his personal life, you'll never know because he take care of his what he's supposed to do. Same with me. I'm not gonna bring my personal life here. No, my personal life got to do with me teaching and giving instruction on how to be a better you. So I understand the difference between the two. And person like that, those are what you want to listen to. Let's go. Now, without losing enthusiasm for life, my mother-in-law, my spiritual advisor, she's blind. She ain't complained not that time about being blind. She ain't felt that woe not a day. I have nothing but respect for that. Okay, so that's the kind of person that I love and look up to and admire and respect. So watch this. Have you met anyone who's been like a pillar for others? Somebody people can depend on. Okay, whom others go to what in time of trouble. I got somebody, my pastor. Yeah, if you have the good fortune to what know someone like this, get close to them, talk to them every day, and ask them what to show you how they came to possess those advanced spiritual qualities. I'm still learning from my pastor how to handle certain life situations from a different perspective. I got my way, and always the right way. Why? Because I get advice from somebody else who don't look at it from my way, looking at it from the right way. And when he give it to me, I can't argue. Got you. So that's learning. That's learning. Ask your what? You ask their permission to what? Spend time with them so that you can what? May benefit from their knowledge and experience in how they living. Back in the day, when you had a teacher, you would walk behind him, you sit at the foot of his thing while he spoke, you listen, same thing. But I don't need no tune in. I do that right here. So this is sitting at the foot of your teacher right here, tuning in and checking me out on a day-to-day basis. But watch this. I have somebody who I do that to. So you may find what? That some people are well developed in other areas that you're not. So you learn from them. And watch this. And you've been equipped in some areas that they can learn from you. So the phrase, iron sharp as iron. He give me, I give him. It's a fair exchange. We've been doing fine for years. But watch this. Watch this. In some areas, but not in others. Some people good at certain things. Use them for what they're good at. Don't let somebody or put them in a position to do something they're not good at. Learn what you can and what you emulate their virtuous characteristics. This is how I should steal identity from people who I admire. I would act like them. I would be like them. That's what they saying. I didn't know that then, but that's what I was doing. The people I admire, they just wasn't good. Number runners, drug dealers, and pimps. That's who I saw, and that's what I did understand that, so I'll get it right. But watch this. Now, if you get to the point where you feel there is no more to learn from that person, okay, cut the cord and move on. When I get you to God for yourself, I'm gonna cut the cord. You ain't gotta do it. I'm gonna do it. Why? Because you don't need me no more. I got other people who need me. Once you know God for yourself, you got no more use for me. Trust me. Appreciate it, but that's the deal. Why? I got those who don't, and a lot more of them who don't who do. So I'm always busy seeking. Watch this, and you will what? Discover certain steps in which lead always upward on the ladder of spiritual aspiration, Jacob's ladder, so to speak. You always aspire to go up, and because it's the winding stairs concept, you're always vigilant. You're always on point. You're always seeking. Why? You don't know what's around the bend. You don't. If it was straight, you can see straight ahead. No, life ain't straight. It got bends. It got turns. So you got to be vigilant and always moving upward. That's the concept. I learned that in masonry. So it's all getting the same thing. Moving on. I'm almost home. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got to wrap it up. Okay. Now there is. Watch this. Now this is important. There is no greater blessing than to meet a sage and or a saint who have what? Attained nihas. They reach the higher consciousness, aka they call it nirvana, moksha, Christhood, Buddhahood, Haruhood. I call it that. Salvation, liberation, etc. Themselves. When they say an authentic perceptor, that's what they're talking about. Somebody who mastered the level of being aware of themselves. And at every different arena, it's all the same. So that's a blessing. What you do from them, you should learn. While at the same time, what? Being well versed in what? The written teachings. I got plenty of books. I'm well versed in scripture. I don't play the scripture game. I just give information, teaching the concept. But watch this. Watch this. Well versed in written teachings, they can what? Best help you to what? Understand. I'm gonna break it down for you. Understand what? The subtler subtlety of the teachings, the stability of the teaching. I'm gonna simplify it for you, break it down so hopefully you can understand it. And what? Lead you to greater and greater awareness and what? Personal comprehension, understanding, AAA, complete understanding, which will what? Lead you, the individual, to your own higher mystical realization in what? A lot shorter time than through any other method. The old school, the hard knocks levels I go, that means you're gonna completely go over and over and over again. Get a teacher, learn your lesson, and move on. Watch this. Now I'm almost done. They cannot, they cannot transform you into, I can't transform you into a spiritual personality. Why? You must do that yourself. I can just instruct and point you in the right direction. Get information, you got to put it to work. However, word again, I can direct you on the correct path and point out your mistakes if you're willing to understand, if you are willing to listen. Some people don't take constructive criticism well. When I was in school, we had two sides of the report card. One side for the grades, academic, other part with your character. Work well with others, finish projects, accept constructive criticism. If I brought that report card home and it wasn't an S on that side, I got problems. I was held to the standard of that. Couldn't care less about the grades. No, I couldn't fail either. But my man, you better go there and act like you got some sense. We represented our parents in school back when I was coming up. Okay, don't embarrass the parent. Why? I mean, do what you're supposed to do, and the report card will reflect that. Moving on. That's how they kept tabs on you. Okay, if they called back in the school day, you acted up, they call your parent. Why? They ain't got to deal with you. Let the parent deal with you. But now you see the parent doing their job, so they get jobs. Their job's really harder now because they got to be parent and teacher. That ain't their job. Now watch this. You should not become distracted by different religious or teaching concepts. Rather, what? Set your attention on what? The highest goal for yourself, which is spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. And watch this. Then all else will what? Fall into place. If you go get knowledge of everything and have no knowledge of self, you're gonna have problems. But they telling you, what did Jesus say? Kingdom, heaven, fire, whatever. First, start with you, and everything else will fall into place. It's a normal fit. It's a natural fit. Watch this. Only one path and one teacher are needed and advised. If you hop around, I like this one, I like that one, I like that one. I got a whole library of one teacher. So I get the concept. What's it? Everybody doing the same thing. Pick the one that you like and let it go. Like I said, it's spiritual knowledge a la carte. Take what applies to you and let the rest go. Simple. A disciple, again, I was one for 30 years, who does not practice the teachings of their spiritual preceptor with the notion that the preceptor will provide for his or her spiritual development is like a person, watch this, who expects to become physically fit by just going to the gym and not working out and doing nothing, but expecting to get it. Don't work that way. I live an analogy. Why? I'm in the gym every morning. Okay, so if I'm going to the gym and I ain't doing nothing, what the purpose of going? Fit, in shape, good condition. So it speaks for itself. So that's a thing about learning profoundly. Sheedy, get profound studying in and learn, live, and manifest, and it will show the record. If you're happy and you know it, then you faith, all that good stuff. It's the same thing spiritually. If you're spiritual and you know it, don't worry, your actions will surely show it. Now, watch this. The preceptor, why, will provide what? You with mental food in the form of what? His wisdom teachings, and then it's what? Up to you to take this food I serve you every day. I'm giving you spiritual wisdom and knowledge, aka food daily. All you gotta do is take it, consume it. Watch this, digest it, absorb it, and allow it to become what? Part of your being. I'm taking it home. Here we go. Last one. Since your innermost self is God, is your supreme preceptor anyway, all of the situations you'll find yourself involved in with are what? Divinely inspired to what? Provide you for spiritual education. You're here to learn a lesson. The same divine self is what? Instructing you through what? Your spiritual preceptor. And it is this same divine self which what? Aids your reflecting and understanding of the process of knowing thyself, aka right there in philosophy, or you can call it she, Tatnetta, semi, Tawi. It's all good to me. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got more for you.